Welcome to the notes on exponents and the product and their power rules. So let's take a look at a quick first example of what does an exponent look like. Well, whenever we have an exponent, we have a number, all right, which we call the base. And then it is raised to that 6 right there, which we would call our exponent of 6. So it has a base of 5, exponent of 6. So what does it mean if something, a base of 5 has an exponent of 6? Well, that means it's 5 times itself 6 times. So it's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. All right, that's what it means. All right, it's not just the answer is not 30. 5 times 6. It's 5 times itself 6 times. Then quick little reminder. Okay, let's remember then the difference between -3 squared versus -3 squared. Okay, when it's inside parentheses like this. Okay, that's a negative times itself. So -3 times -3. So that would be +9. Over here, again, we do the exponents first. So the minus stays on the outside, and it's 3 times 3. So this would be -9. So just be aware of those differences when you're working through these problems. Okay, product rule. Okay, when a number has the same we're multiplying two products of the same base. In this case, we'd have a base of A and A right there. Okay, we're multiplying, but look what happens with the exponents. We end up adding them together. So let's take a look at a couple quick examples. Same base of A. Now that base will stay the same, so it's going to stay as A. All right, 2 times 3, all right? Well, that becomes, we're actually going to add those together. So 2 plus 3 is 5, so it's A to the 5th. Here we have the 5, all right? We can't do anything with that because it doesn't have the same base. Now, but we've got our C to the 7th, C to the 3rd. We're multiplying them, so the base C is going to stay the same, all right, but we're going to end up adding the exponents, so that would be C to the 10th. This next example, why did I put that there? Because, well, what do you have to assume when they don't put an exponent there? Is it a 0? No, it's actually a 1, all right, so that's actually y to the 1st. So our answer is it's going to have y because that's the base, but it's not just going to be y to the 3rd, it's going to be y to the 3rd plus 1, so it's going to be y to the 4th. So have to know if they don't write the 1, there is a 1 there. Okay, now final example, okay, when we've got multiple bases, okay, we can only combine the ones with the same bases, and we can write it all as 1. So first thing we look at is we look at this negative sign, all right, and this 3, so that's actually -1 times 3, all right, and then that's going to be times, we look at these A to the 7th and A, so that's going to be A to the 7th times A, and it's going to be times B to the 4th and B to the 9th. So B to the 4th, B to the 9th. And then we can combine all that answer as 1. So when we do that, we're going to have -1 times -3 is -3. A to the 7th times A, remember that's really a 1 there, so that's going to be A to the 8th. And then B to the 4th times B to the 9th is B to the 13th. So our final answer is this right there. Again, combining the same bases. Okay, so now we know the product rule, power rule. Okay, power rule, that's when you have an exponent and then it's going to be raised to another exponent. Here what happens, we're just going to end up multiplying the exponents together. Again, the base stays the same. So here, we're going to multiply this 2 times 5, so this would be 7 to the 10th, and you're done. Now, quick note, please be aware of when to use the product rule and when to use the power rule. So product rule is when we're multiplying same bases, okay? We're going to end up adding the exponents together. Power rule, again, looks like this. When you have an exponent that's being raised to another exponent, that's when you will multiply the exponents together. And then the final stage is just combining them together, okay? So if we've got a product inside parentheses and an exponent on the outside, we have to kind of distribute that exponent to each base. All right, so when we do this example here, you can see I have to distribute, there's the 2 is a base as well. So this is going to be 2 to the 5th, all right, times x to the 5th. And really I can kind of put that into parentheses there. But yeah, it's 2 to the 5th times x to the 5th. So 2 to the 5th would, again, you can just write it as 2 to the 5th x to the 5th. Anytime you have a base that's a whole number, we'd like to see you guys make that into a number. Well, 2 to the 5th is 32 x to the 5th. Okay, now this one, again, there's a lot here, but we got to distribute to each term. Okay, so that -5, all right, is going to get squared. All right, times that x squared is going to get squared. Times the y to the third is going to get squared. And then times z, which is going to get squared. And that will give us our final answer. Well, -5 squared. -5 times -5 is +25. X squared, all right, power to a power. So that's going to be x to the fourth. Y to the third, again, raise to the second power. That's going to be y to the sixth. And then z to the first times z squared is z squared.
Welcome back, students. Students, please check your schedule as changes
And that
were
is the
made
lesson
over
for
break.
exponents and
Teachers,
powers.
if student is not on your roster, please write them in. Any questions? Go to Student Services. Have a great day.